All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be doing a preview live with my bad boy Ishan Padra. Yeah, that's right, baby. That's
There
right.
you go.
I
There you
mean, before we start, I just can't get over the fact of the bombshell that Mr. Tuchel dropped. I mean, I'll get to the introduction and then greeting all the people that have joined live, but wow, I mean, Mateo Kovacic is injured. We had no idea about it. Apparently, got injured yesterday in training, and he could be out for a few weeks and possibly up until the international break. So very interesting situation here. Before we get into all of that, Ishan, my boy, how you doing, man?
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be back on match preview setting. It's the most exciting show, man. Let me just tell you, and I'm so glad to be back. But yeah, back with some Thomas Tuchel bombshell, like you said, unexpected. So we'll have a good talk about this today.
Bro, the press conference was going smooth. It was all on order, no problems. And then, oh yeah, you know what?
Oh, you know what? Oh yeah,
Kovacic is not going to be playing.
yeah.
And
It's like oh, you know what? He has a wedding to attend. No, it was a hamstring. He's gone out for 3 weeks.
I mean, if Nizar didn't ask about Kovacic just in general, he was actually asking about how good Kovacic has
we
been.
we would have known in the FPL page maybe then.
Yeah, that he's not. No, you know what? Even the FPL page wouldn't have known
Yeah. Oh
because
my.
who would have given that news out
Yeah.
unless
But how
Thomas
come
Tuchel.
even the journalists did not report? I mean, none of the journalists reported, right?
That's the
Nobody
thing.
get.
These
Yeah,
journalists, they don't know every single thing unless Chelsea actually lets those information out. They will
yeah.
not know. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. But before we get into all of that, thank you so much. Already 20 plus people live. Smash the like button. We're going to keep a track of the lives. We've got quite a few of our mods, online mods. Please push the likes. The likes are the only thing that drives the success of this channel. You guys know very well. You guys are here on a regular basis, checking out all different sort of content that I deliver. So smash the like button. Let's get the likes up to 20 straight away. We're going to try and hit the likes. If hopefully we get more than 100 people and we can try and get the likes to 100, which will be fantastic for the stream. That's the aim. So let's get there together. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe as well and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Jonathan Jitro, thank you so much for joining, my man. Big up, Miz. Really good to see you, Jonathan. Declared, good morning. It's really good to see you, Declared. My man, my Australian brother is here. Victor is here. Big up, Miz and Ishan. Yeah, baby. Victor is here. It's good to see the some of the old folks here. Marvo Kovacic out injured, man. I can't believe this, man. It's insane news that Kovacic is out. But yeah, guys, just keep those likes coming through and keep the comments coming. All right, let's get straight into this. I think we need to talk about Mateo Kovacic first of all before we start talking about Newcastle, their owners, their fans, the euphoria over there. I mean, they're close to getting relegated. They have not even won this season yet. They're winless after 9 games, and I want to keep it that way. But the conversation starts with Mateo Kovacic. Ishan, this guy has given us a lot of assists this season. Some really good assists. Last game against Norwich, 2 assists. Aston Villa, there was an assist. I think Crystal Palace, there was assists as well. I think overall he's got about 5 Premier League assists, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, live chat.
Right.
But Ishan, for me, Mateo Kovacic has been our standard midfielder this season so far. This is a big miss. What's your thoughts?
No, it is, man, and it is, and especially the way he announced it. I mean, it wasn't even the highlight unless the question was asked by Nizar Cancela,
Wow.
and then Thomas Tuchel came out and said, "I don't know, I don't know why, but Mateo Kovacic is, I mean, probably the best midfielder that we had for this first 9 matches in the Premier League." Because his output has been amazing. Mateo Kovacic looks a different gravy altogether this season, and also, I mean, he's got goals as well. I mean, he's got a goal, and which
Yeah.
very seldom happens. And now, I mean, he's our highest assist provider, but
Yeah.
unfortunately he's injured. Also, Mateo Kovacic is someone who you would not see injured time and time again. I mean, he's good. He's very resilient. And
Generally available, generally
yeah,
fit.
he is, and also, he's a kind of a guy who likes to play matches continuously, regardless of 90 minutes. I mean, I remember the time when Kante was injured, and it was Kovacic who took the responsibility, and he was played matches after matches for 90 minutes consecutively, and he showed that level of performance, that top level of performance for consecutive games. And that's how good Kovacic is, and that's how good of a player with a tough mentality he is. So it's a big loss for us. I mean, yes, injuries here and there happen, but this is a hamstring injury, and hamstring injuries are always very
Bro,
serious.
he's
And
out. He's out. He's not playing until the international break, bro.
yeah,
His hamstring injury, just like Timo Werner,
Timo
hamstring
Werner.
injury,
Yeah.
and we're gonna now talk about a few of the other injury situation. But yeah, bro. I mean, I'm a bit worried because our midfield, a lot of it, that dribbling, the drive. I know Ruben's back, and we'll talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek because he's back into the squad, and the injury has healed, his hip injury, I think. But Ishan, Kovacic's game, forget about the assist. Ishan, he's been very good defensively. If you look at his defensive stats, tacklings, interceptions, bro, this is going to be a bit of a miss for us, man. Especially a
Yeah.
guy who is on form. The
Yeah.
defensive side of things. I mean, look, at the end of the day, hopefully Newcastle's not going to cause us too much defensive issues. But Ishan, overall, this needs to be some sort of adjustment, don't you? You would have to say, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. Miss. I mean, Kovacic is a kind of a player who, under pressure, performs at his best, and that's exactly what our midfield needs. We all know that we are a team who like to absorb pressure, like the opponents to come into our half. You know, put a pressure on us so that we can, just change the transition and then go out for attack. And Kovacic is one of the most important players in those ways. Why? Because
Yeah,
on the other hand of the pivot, you'll have Jorginho, who tried to constrict, that he'll be a regista basically,
exactly.
and he'll try to absorb all the pressure. And then once he gets the chance, pass to Kovacic. Kovacic can run through everybody else, with
And
his
really opens up the
exceptional dribbling
midfield.
abilities.
Absolutely
Yeah,
opens up the midfield.
yeah, absolutely opens up the midfield, dribbles past countless number of players, and then goes to the attacking front. And that's why he's got so many assists, because this technique is actually working at this season. And
Yeah,
now once
yeah.
he's out, I think so maybe Ruben Loftus-Cheek have to play his part, because I have seen those kind of traits in Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the
Yeah.
way Kovacic plays, not at that highest level, but still Ruben Loftus-Cheek has shown a lot of improvement in that area where or that role that Kovacic plays. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, and we'll definitely be missing Kovacic. I hope he returns quickly, because not just attacking wise, like you said, defensive wise as well. He's such an important player for us. His tackles, interceptions, and then again, just the transition phase. When it comes to transition phase and the way we play, Kovacic is the most important player for us. When it comes to taking the ball from the defensive side and
Yeah.
delivering it to the attackers. So yeah, I mean, it's a huge loss, but all we can hope is for him to have a speedy recovery and come back fresh. And once he does, definitely he'll be back again with his full flair.
Nah, man, 100%. You're absolutely right. The connector between defense to offense, and it's such quick sort of transition. He goes from defense to offense so quickly. It's going to be a bit of a miss. Let's talk about some of the other injury news. Ishan, Timo Werner, Romelu Lukaku, Christian Pulisic, although back in training with the first team, will not feature against Newcastle. The word is he should be there for Burnley. So there's actually a timeline for him, which is fantastic. Timo Werner and Lukaku, Thomas Tuchel said, doesn't want to put a timeline, but it's not going to be until the international break. So they're definitely out. Bit of an injury situation for us. No Timo Werner, no Lukaku again. Christian Pulisic missing this one. Mateo Kovacic. I mean, Ishan, this is a heavy season coming up for a lot of the players. What message do you want to give to the fringe players that we saw in the Carabao Cup game? I don't know about you, Ishan, but I got the feeling you weren't too impressed with some of these players that particular
Yeah.
game. I wasn't too impressed either. Hakim Ziyech didn't show up. Ross Barkley, as we said in the watch along, probably better off the bench as opposed to
On the bench,
starting.
yeah.
Saul had an okayish game actually. I thought he had
Yeah.
a good game, okayish game. You thought as well. I
Yeah.
mean, how big is it? And also Kai Havertz as well. I mean, he got himself the goal, but let's
Yeah.
be honest, overall, I don't think he had the best impact
Yeah.
against Southampton. How
Yeah.
important is it for you that this is it? We got Malmo coming up, we got
Yeah.
Burnley, and I think we've got one more game before we finish off. Or is it mainly Malmo and Burnley, and then
I think
international
so.
break?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true, right?
So
And then international
two
break.
games. We don't want any banana. We don't want any banana skin. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
want any issues. How important is it for you to some of these sort of fringe players to come in and start? You got to start producing.
Yeah, man, 100%. I mean, just look at the way our players are getting, crumpled down, injuries after injuries. It was Pulisic who was out for, 10 days. It was reported he was out for, but after 2 months, we're seeing him in the training pitch, and still now he's not 100% match fit. So there's Pulisic, and now we've got our top strikers with the likes of Lukaku and Werner out now. We never know when they're going to come back, especially Werner and also Kovacic now with the hamstring injury. Now, hamstring injury, we all know, I mean, how much long does it take? They will definitely take a lot of time. But like you said, I mean, the players who are expected to, feature a bit more, like Saul or Ross Barkley,
Yeah.
definitely Loftus-Cheek is someone who would maybe just take over Kovacic's position because he's been good and he's been showing the improvement, and definitely he
I mean, there's
deserves that.
Kante as well.
Yeah,
There's Kante as well
yeah.
in
The,
this. So.
the blessed part for us is that we've got a good bench strength. We've got
Yeah.
good players. I mean, we've got a big squad, right? Two overall squad is big, and we have. I mean, even if there are multiple injuries simultaneously, we can still, put up a huge playing 11, a very very strong playing 11 for any opponent. That's what we should be blessed. We're blessed with. But the thing is, like you said, the players who are coming in, they should play at the level best, because if even if one player plays down, like we had, for example, Saul against Aston Villa, his first ever game, it was just that player playing at his level zero. That's why the whole team looked like it was not clicking at its best. That's how important it is for every player, every individual to come up and bring up their best. Carabao Cup games, listen, it was just a League Cup game. That's why we went too much analyzing the whole situation. But like you said, I mean, these individuals definitely need to pull up the socks, especially the likes of Ziyech. I mean, come on, the players like Barkley, I mean, we can't even judge them too harsh because they're not even expected to play for us this season.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
players like Ziyech who are
Yeah.
already in their prime, and they needed to deliver big
Yeah.
time. It was Ziyech or the likes of Pulisic, maybe you could say, unfortunately of the injuries, but still they should have been the one who would command the position in the playing 11, and maybe then
Yeah,
the
bro.
others might have struggled. Why? Because already they're in the prime. It's Pulisic's third season. Unfortunately the injuries are there, but then still, I mean, it is what it is. If you're not available, you can't do anything about it, right? And these guys should have taken the responsibility, and they should have put their mark in playing 11. But it is what it is. But the good thing
You,
is
you know
for
you
them
know what
is,
the worrying part is, Ishan, that
yeah,
so far the injuries that we have,
yeah,
okay, we can manage. Any more injuries,
yeah, it's a concern.
like God forbid, injuries to maybe Mason Mount or Callum Hudson-Odoi or maybe a
Yeah.
Kai Havertz, I'm not too confident with the players that are going to be coming off the bench after that. Like,
Yeah,
we
just
need to make
imagine now,
sure
Miz.
that
I mean, after Lukaku's injury, right? We've got Kai Havertz only playing for that position. Now think about that. That
yeah,
guy will not get any sort of rotation. Why? Because
he has to
nobody.
play.
Yeah, he has
There's
to play
n-
continuously,
there's
regardless
no
of
one
his
else.
performance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's so important for Kai Havertz to be at his best, and also to be, to avoid any sort of injuries, because once that guy is injured, no false nine. Maybe we would have to play false 8, 7, 6. I don't know what false four
Mason
we
Mount
would play.
striker, bro. Mason Mount
Yeah,
striker.
it would be a false 8, false 7. I don't know what would that would be, but then we
False
cannot.
Chelsea.
Yeah, but we cannot afford any more injuries. So that's the thing. I mean, we do have bench strength, but for that position, especially Kai Havertz's position, the false nine, or maybe the striker's position, we've got no backup. So it's important for us to not accommodate any sort of injuries in the coming days. Also, it's so important for Pulisic also to come back strong now,
With this one,
right?
bro, Ray Allen. I would play Alonso striker if Kai gets injured.
Oh, yeah. We've got a
Cheeky
backup
shout, cheeky
actually.
shout.
We've got a backup. So yeah, I was saying that it's so important for Pulisic again to come back to his form very quickly, and
Yeah, bro.
this will be the best opportunity for Pulisic
No
to do that.
easing, no easing into it. You got to come out
Yeah,
firing.
100%. And this, not just understand the whole situation, miss. It would be so perfect for Pulisic it'll be definitely easier for Pulisic to barge into the playing 11 comparatively to if what Werner or
There's no
Lukaku
competition,
would have
bro.
been fit.
There's no competition.
Exactly. I mean, definitely Thomas Tuchel would play him. Maybe even tomorrow against Newcastle, you might see Pulisic come up and give some. You get some minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. That's possible. But if Lukaku and Werner wouldn't have been injured, he wouldn't have got that chance. Maybe he had to
Yeah,
wait till the League Cup game or any second half game. He might have got that chance. So it's so important for Pulisic also to grab this opportunity, and give his
yeah,
100%, and then show that it's no easing in, like you said. Just go out there and perform your level best and take the responsibility of carrying the team. Players
hundred
like,
percent.
if you are a big face, a big player, and you have that potential that I believe he does, everybody does, but you have to prove that once you start in, just be the best. And this is the perfect chance for Pulisic as well to come up there and make his mark to the playing 11. If not, if he makes late miss, and if guys like Lukaku and Werner are fit and back to the squad, and Pulisic does not find his form, it's going to be very difficult for Pulisic to make it into the playing 11 again.
100%, bro. Let's look at the players that are back. Aspilicueta is back. N'Golo Kante is back. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is back. There were some worries about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He was apparently just training on his own yesterday with some hip injuries and whatnot that he still didn't recover. But seems like he's back now with the first team and should be in the squad tomorrow, including Aspilicueta and Kante. I mean, Ishan, I would assume Aspie should probably seamlessly get back into the team. We'll obviously do the team selection very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Please stick around for that. Guys, we've got over 70 people. First of all, smash the like button. Let's get the likes up to 70. The target is 100 for the stream, which will be fantastic. Let's get there, mods. Let's push for these likes. You're going to enjoy this preview. It's like the good old days. So hit those like button. Let's aim for 100 likes. We've got 70 people, so let's get to at least 70 now, and then we'll push for 100. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. We are so close to 8,000 subscribers. It's not even funny anymore. And hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I mean, Ishan, Aspilicueta, N'Golo Kante, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I expect Aspie to seamlessly come in. We'll obviously do the lineup soon. N'Golo Kante and Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a bit of a nice mixture as to who you want to go with, plus also Jorginho. But the good news is we seem to have a little bit more cover now that Kovacic is injured. At least we've got cover in midfield. How important Ruben Loftus-Cheek now becomes into this whole mix. I'm glad that he's back. I was getting worried that he's not going to feature with the injury. I was sort of a bit upset that obviously he didn't feature against Norwich, and I expected him to play. And then there was some injury cloud against Southampton, so he didn't get to play there. And I thought, ooh, I don't want his momentum to be broken. I know we're going to talk about the lineup soon, but I just want to get a snap decision from you and just some thoughts. Is this a game you would possibly play, Ruben? I mean, it seems like a good game against Newcastle. I mean, they're winless, and Ruben provides goals, hopefully assists as well. I mean, he's got 2 assists this season already. Got that assist against Norwich when he came off the bench. So is this a game for Ruben to perhaps impact from midfield?
Definitely yes, first of all. But then the thing is he 100% match fit? That's the real question. If he's 100% match fit, yes, you can have the Ruben Loftus-Cheek and N'Golo Kante combination, or maybe a Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho combination. But I believe that I don't think so. Thomas Tuchel is going to take risk again because he had a nib of an injury, and he's recovered. Couple of years back he's recovered from a big injury. So I don't think so. Thomas Tuchel might take the risk. In that case, maybe Kante and Jorginho would be the preferred choice for Thomas Tuchel. Also,
Yeah.
uh, like you said, Kovacic getting out now for more than 3 weeks. Ruben Loftus-Cheek completely comes in first hand and fills the shoes of Kovacic. Definitely at not that level, like I said, but then Loftus-Cheek does have that potential to do things similar to what Kovacic does or play the role what Kovacic plays. And also the plus point is Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a guy with the big build. He's a better built
Mm-hmm.
guy and he's strong. So he wins that extra more amount of duels, one-on-one duels with the
Yeah.
midfielders, and then he edges past and. But just that the biggest difference between Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek's gameplay at this point of time is that I can say is the final end product pass. I think so. There, Kovacic is better than Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and the vision. Like we've seen Miz Kovacic give those through balls, and we enjoy watching that. And it's the vision
Oof.
and catching those runs and give those through balls, those cheeky passes. I don't think so. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is at the best with that. Maybe he needs to have
Mm-hmm.
more of match practice, and the more he plays with the team, he'll catch that more. But at this
Yeah.
point of time, Kovacic had that X factor. Finding that player, finding the player's run, giving
Mm.
the through ball, those overhead balls.
Yeah, he was
Ruben
becoming
Loftus-Cheek.
consistent. He was becoming very
Exactly.
consistent.
And once
Yeah.
that happens, it becomes a habit for Kovacic as well, to find the
Yeah.
players, have that vision through ball. But Ruben Loftus-Cheek at this point of time, not. But then, instead of passing, what he does is he just runs through the open gaps and the empty spaces and then tries to give a final pass, which is also fine. But then, that's the difference between Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's why Kovacic has 5 assists in this season already,
Mm.
and Loftus-Cheek does not have any. So, in terms of gameplay, that's what we need to watch out from Loftus-Cheek and if he improves or not. But definitely he comes in and he has to take the responsibility and fill up the shoes of Kovacic in this team.
No, for sure, man. All right. We've talked a lot about Chelsea. Let's talk a little bit about Newcastle right now. Newcastle, I'm looking at the table, Ishan.
Yeah.
4 points, actually. 4 points, 0 wins.
Yeah.
What's this? 4 draws, 5 losses, and conceded 20 goals so far. They are second last. They're absolutely been horrendous this season.
Yeah.
New owner, Steve Bruce gone. Interim coach comes in. Fans are buzzing. We saw the videos. Their fans are elated with the new owner, Saudi-backed owners. We did the stream together about them. They're going to put a lot of money into this club. But,
Yeah.
I mean, Ishan, could this be a possible banana skin for us? I mean, I get weary about these sort of teams, Ishan. Honestly, I get weary because
Yeah.
I know Norwich didn't have a win either, and I was sort of a bit worried. Oh, I'm so glad we smashed them 7-0.
Yeah.
Newcastle, again, another team that hasn't won this season yet. I get worried because surely there's a win coming soon. I mean,
Yeah.
can you go without winning for how long? Do you know what I mean? I still think we have the quality over them. Don't get me wrong. But, Ishan, we should not take this Newcastle team lightly. They've got a little bit more weaponry than Norwich.
Yeah, let's not
Alan
forget the
said,
fact that we are also known as Charity FC. Just saying.
yeah,
Just
I
saying.
think that's kind of changing under Thomas Tuchel. We're not
Yeah.
so much charity in recent times. Last season we were still charity, but Newcastle's got Alan Saint-Maximin, Callum Wilson, Miguel Almiron is a very good player as well. I don't know whether he's going to play or not. A couple of the other players, but especially the forward sort of players, Ishan, I feel like they are much more suited to sit back and counter and maybe make it a 3v3 situation with us. We are defensively very strong, don't get me wrong. But Ishan, are you any somewhat sort of worried away from home that fans are going to be, I think it's a sellout. Like as soon as the new owners came in, everything became a sellout. Are you any bit worried at all in this particular fixture?
The only worry for me at this point of time is St. James Park and that atmosphere there. It is electric, and whenever we go there, we don't have the best, record there in that park. I mean that stadium. It's always been a tough match for us. Yes, I think so. We've won comfortably the previous season that we went, and also maybe comparatively 5-6 seasons last, we have got results there, but the thing is, it's
Yeah.
always difficult there. But because of the
I think
atmosphere
in
and the,
recent times we've been winning against them. I can't remember how
yeah,
in recent years if they've actually troubled us, but the history
yeah,
has been a
exactly.
bit strange with them.
If you look at it as an overall basis, it has been a difficult race course there to go and play. But the thing is that that's the only thing which is one making me a bit worried. But I believe that we are better than them at every pace and every area of the pitch. We are better than them. Definitely, like you said, they're winless. I just hope they remain winless. And guess what? I hope that we keep winning because it's so important for us. We were top of the league, cannot lose a single point. If we do, Liverpool will won't. I mean,
Bro,
Liverpool are not looking like
Liverpool
losing.
and Man City are in hot pursuit. They're
Yeah,
in hot. I get the feeling Liverpool and Man City, they're gonna go for a bit of a run now.
yeah,
They're gonna get wins. I'm looking at our fixture, Ishan. We've got. Let me
yeah,
just have a quick look at this before I let you talk again. We've got Newcastle, we've got Burnley, we've got Leicester, we've got Man United, we've got Watford. Leicester can be beatable, but I don't want to disrespect them, but they can be beatable, obviously. Man United are in a bit of a mess unless they get a new manager. And then we've got Watford. So we've got Newcastle, Burnley, Leicester, Man United, and Watford. We can possibly go for a bit of a run as well. It's very important, Ishan, right now to collect these wins.
yeah, yeah. No, 100%, man. And these are the teams against whom we should not expect to lose a single point, because if we do, I mean, these are the games where these are the teams where we usually lose points and we remain at third,
Yeah.
fourth, or something like that. Just take the example of the previous season. That's exactly what happened, and I really want us to just go out there, get the 3 points. We're better than them. We've got definitely got the better manager. Yes, it's their own home ground. The atmosphere will be different and difficult to beat them in their home ground. But then I still believe we're definitely will be comfortable and should be comfortable against them. But yeah, the only player that I'm fearing from this playing 11 is Alex Saint Maximin. I mean, this guy is different. I mean, he is playing at a different level. Although it's the team and the overall playing 11 who's not clicking at its level best. But this guy, he's a top talent, and he's someone, he's that caliber of a player who can turn things around single-handedly. Saint
Yeah.
Maximin. And also Callum Wilson is a player to watch. He definitely gets goals, and he does not leave
Bro,
chances aside.
Ryan Fraser has a good record against us, remember, from Bournemouth?
Yeah. Oh, I hope that Juju remains in Bournemouth and does not carry over to Newcastle. Yeah, I really hope that. But yeah, Saint Maximin is someone who definitely we need to keep watch upon, and it has to be constant. I mean, if you give this guy some space, he will exploit. He's ready to exploit it single-handedly. He does not need no passes, no teammates. He can do that single-handedly, and this is the only player that I'm fearing. But overall, I'm confident. I think so. We should be winning this one.
Yeah, man, this is the team that they put out against Crystal Palace last weekend. Saint Maximin up front with Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, Longstaff, Hayden. Look, they don't have much, to be honest. And it looks like they're playing with a five at the back as well. These are their substitution: Fabian Scar, Joel Linton, Jamal Lewis, Hendrik Murphy, Miguel Almiron. As I said, I like him. Joe Willard. Yeah, there's another one of those players that could do some damage. I just want to have a look at their last few matches. Let me just have a quick look at this. Look at this, man. Newcastle. Wow. This should be hopefully a victory. This is Tottenham versus Newcastle. Let's have a quick look at this lineup. What Newcastle did: Darlow, Mankilla, Lascelles, Clark, Ritchie, Hayden, St. Maximin, Willock, Longstaff, Joelinton, Wilson. I mean, Ishan, they've got a few players that could possibly do something. Like, they're more decent than Norwich. I guess that's why they're just a bit above Norwich.
Yeah, right.
The one place above Norwich.
Yeah.
But there are some decent players here: Wilson, Maximin, Willock, and as I said, Almiron is. But do you feel the most dangerous one is probably Saint Maximin here? But I feel like Rudiger should have his number. Don't you reckon, Ishan?
Yeah, he should. I think so. He should. That's why I said I think so. We should be comfortable. But it's like he's kind of a player who does not rely on others much. He can do things basically on himself, and he can turn things around single handedly. But I think so. We've got Rudiger. Christensen might probably play. So I think so. We should have a good backup, and we can control things. But it also
Mm-hmm.
depends. The thing here is, Miss, and the tricky thing here is just like what Tom Tuchel said in his press conference. We never know how they're gonna turn up now because they've just sacked their manager, and it's a
Yeah.
new beginning. It's a
I
new
mean,
era.
honestly, this is a good conversation, Ishan.
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to turn up? Because I still think, look, they're in a massive relegation situation right now. They have not won yet, but they need to pick up points. They have to pick up points. But is Chelsea the team that they want to go toe to toe with to pick up points? Because if they have an open game against us, we will beat them. But if they sit back, Ishan, and
Yeah.
keep it tight, they will frustrate the living daylights out of us
And they've
because
got
we
legs
don't
as
know how
well.
to. And they got
They've got
legs.
legs as well to counter attack. Yeah.
So how do you expect with the new management, well, the interim coach, well, the assistant coach coming in, new owners, new this and that, the fans buzzing? How do you think the atmosphere and possibly how do you think they would play?
Just wait a second. Yeah. There's some disturbance. I gotta check that
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No problems, bro. No problems. Meanwhile, let me just read out some of these comments here. Guys, we've got nearly 100 people live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 90 plus straight away. The target is 100 for the stream. Whilst Ishan is just taking care of some business, please let's get those likes up to 90 straight away. You're going to enjoy this. We're going to talk about the team lineup very soon. So let's get those likes up, push those likes up to 90 plus straight away. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Very close to 8,000 subscribers, and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. But yeah, Ishan, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good conversation to have, and it's also something which we don't know how this thing might turn up because, like you said, now when they've just sacked their manager, they expect something different, right? It cannot go the same way.
Reaction.
There has to be a reaction, and also the gameplay as well that they were playing under Steve Bruce. Definitely, that's not going to be followed. Why? Because those things did not work eventually, and it was not working in any direction. So there has to be new game plans. Whoever is in charge as their coach will definitely input some game plans. But like you said, $1 million question: is this the game that they would wanna shift everything and try to judge or take lessons from this game? I don't think so, because they know that it's very very difficult to score against us, and especially with the momentum they're on, it'll be definitely 2 times 3 times difficult for them to score against us. But
Yeah.
like you said, they have an option to sit back and just counter attack. That's what they can do, and a draw for them is definitely a win from this match. If they're
Yeah.
playing the table toppers and getting a draw after their manager got
That's
sacked, and they're
massive. That's
that
massive.
that is massive for them. It's like a
Yeah.
win for them, even getting a single point. So that's, I think so, and I do agree that they might try that. But again, this is something that even Tom Tuchel can't answer, because you never know how things are going to turn out
Yeah.
once the manager gets sacked. The whole atmosphere is different. You know, you know that you've got new owners now. You'll know that you get a new manager basically, and that manager might be a big name eventually. You never know. So the atmosphere is positive there. They're seeing light after a long time, and they are definitely seeing a light. And also they might start something, even in their gameplay. They might start implementing something positive. They might actually use Maximan and Joe Linton and Willock and Wilson to do something that it hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
Maybe Steve Bruce might not be using these guys at their best, and we know that Saint Maximan's potential is very high.
Yeah,
Once
man.
and once this new interim manager comes, I mean, the way he can deal with all those and set up his team might surprise us. This might go full high press. You know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Miss, we're a team who like to sit back, right? And we
Yeah.
naturally invite teams to our half. The thing is that when we're getting relentlessly pressed like Southampton did to us in the Carabao Cup, like Liverpool did to us, Man City did to us,
Aston
it becomes
Villa.
Aston Villa, it becomes difficult for us, right? So that might just click to them, and then
Mm.
out of nowhere, boom, forget about
But you know what, though? All the teams that you've just mentioned, Ishan,
yeah,
they're very good with pressing. Like they've
yeah,
pressed for a
actually,
little while.
they're
So
naturally a good presser.
yeah, Newcastle can't just press like
100.
that from
Yeah.
you. That takes a lot of sessions in training and time. So
Game after game
they,
as well. That
yeah,
has
they
to
can
be.
try that, but I'll be very surprised if they're successful.
Yeah, 100. But let's see what happens. The thing is, you never know how they turn up. But I'm just feeling that you never know what a real manager, I mean, a different manager from the one who's
Mhm.
getting sacked might, come up and give his inputs. And that something might click because everybody's vision and perspective of football is different. You watch from a different angle. I do watch from a different angle and opinion. I might spot something. Steve Bruce might spot something else, but this new manager might have spotted something different, to just exploit the other team. So that might click. But again, like you said, this isn't the game that they might be experimenting. They definitely would want to take 1 point out of the game. So if I had to predict, maybe they will be sitting back. But it'll be interesting to see how this develops.
No, 100%, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to be doing the lineup. This is where it gets really interesting. We've got over 110 people live. Smash the like button. Let's have a quick look at where the likes are. Yeah, it's a bit of an inception. We are seeing ourselves in YouTube. We've got 50 likes. We've got the 50. Let's get that 100 likes for the session. That is the target, ladies and gentlemen. We've got more than 100 people live, so let's pump those likes up while we get into this lineup. Ishan, let's get stuck in. We're going to have some big conversation right here. I think
Yep.
Kepa was fairly decent against Southampton. A lot of people were saying he made a mistake. I tend to think, look, it kind of like it went through his leg. I don't know what else he could have really
Yeah.
done, but
Yeah.
for me, Mendy comes back. There's no doubt about this. There's no conversation here. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mendy comes back for you. Yeah, Ishan?
100%, man. Mendy, bring back
Absolutely.
Mendy. I mean, Kepa has done good. I mean, this man has been exceptionally doing well for us, especially in the penalties, and he's serving us for good now, and he is
Yeah.
showing that impact. But bring back Mendy. I mean, Kepa will get his chance eventually, as we know that the AFCON is coming up. But yeah,
Yes.
it's a
Yes.
Premier League game, and Mendy also has his momentum going right. So yeah,
And you know what? It's good to have a couple of solid keepers. Like I'm
yeah,
quite confident with Kepa now. Honestly, I'm very
yeah,
confident. And he's showing a lot of coming out of the box, collecting, and then being more decisive in set pieces. I'm liking it, so I'm very happy with that. Okay, let's go with the back three. Malang Sarr. Oh my God. I mean, thank you for the Brentford game, Malang Sarr, but oh my God, you had a shocker against Southampton. Let's be honest, you had
yeah.
a shocker. So I don't know what's going to happen with you down the track, but the bad boy Rudiger, this is his position. He has to come back. I'm so upset that his contract situation is what it is. It looks like he's going to be leaving, man. I think he's leaving.
Yeah,
That it's
yeah.
getting closer and closer, and a lot of people are getting worried about this. And
And the
yeah,
worst part is he might be leaving for free.
he's going to be leaving for free. He's going to be leaving for free, and I hope if it is his last season that we give him the best gift if we can try and give him the Premier League. But Rudiger comes back for me. Ishan, is that your man in
Yeah,
LCV?
100. Rudiger comes back.
In the middle, our man Christian Pulisic, Andres Christensen hasn't played against Southampton Silver Plate. Here's another one who's got contract situation issues. So and Nizar Kinsella has been driving this lately. I thought he was done and dusted, but there seems to be some sort of concern regarding Andres Christensen. Cesc Fabregas yesterday was doing Ask Cesc questions live on
Yeah,
on Twitter, and some people were asking him about most underrated player or who's one of your favorite Chelsea, or someone I think asked about Andres Christensen, and Cesc Fabregas said that he's a quiet person. He stays quiet, makes no mistakes. He had a lot of praise about Christensen. So for me, Christensen comes back into the middle, and I would actually play with Aspilicueta over here. Chalobah has played against Norwich. Chalobah has played against Southampton. I know he's been the biggest find for us this season. But for me, take a bit of break in this game. Aspie comes back, and that's my back three. The reason I'm bringing Aspie in because I want to play Reece James in right wing back role. So, are you happy with this back three, Sean?
I'm happy, and I would have selected the same. But the question to here is, have you ever seen Thomas Tuchel, play Aspie in recent matches in the right centre back position?
By
Have
the
you
way,
seen
sorry,
that?
yeah, Silva didn't play against Southampton. What was I thinking? Who played in the middle?
It was it was Christensen. It was Christensen.
Was
Right?
it Christensen?
Yeah, it was Christensen. Yeah,
My
it was
God, I've
Christensen.
already
Like
forgotten
Chalobah,
about that
Malansar,
match.
and Christensen. Yeah.
It was Christensen, was it? Was it
Yes.
Silva? But what the hell, man? Hold on.
Hold on.
Why am
This
I
needs to be.
forgetting? Why am I forgetting these things? I'm getting old, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting old.
Oh. Oh, it was Reece James, Chalobah, and Malangsar. No, neither of them played.
Oh
Christensen
yeah,
played.
Reece James, Chalobah, and Malangsar. There you go.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
happening to our
yeah.
memory, man?
Whew. Yeah. So do you give Silva a chance at all?
W- what about playing Thiago Silva there and Christensen in the right centre back and putting Asby the right wing back and giving Reece James a rest, knowing the fact that he's played 90 minutes consistently for 2-3 games. So that
True,
is
true.
also a
Yeah.
possibility.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Actually, yeah, because Reece James played against Norwich as well. So
yeah,
yeah. So you're saying Silva as Andres Christensen and Aspie.
yeah. Also,
Okay.
just like I said, I've not seen Thomas Tuchel play Aspi at the right centre back position for quite few games now. So if it has to be, this is the way. So yeah, this is
I
what I would
do
predict. But
I do want to see Reece James in right wing back, Ishan. You know why,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
want
100.
him to. He scored a really good goal against Norwich.
Yeah,
I know he was playing as a RCB against Southampton. Um, can you drop him this game? I feel like he needs to continue. I like
yeah,
him a lot more here. He gets into these sort of areas and he gets into goal scoring situation. I
yeah.
mean, no disrespect to Aspie, he's a very good player, but I feel like Aspie can do similar things from this role anyway. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%, man. I 100% agree. Even me, I would have done the same thing that you just did by putting Aspie in the right centre back position if he needed to play, and then put a Reece James at the right wing back position, just like you said. But the thing here is, I'm not sure if this would happen, and Aspie did not play much. Did not play the past game definitely, and also did not play much in that right centre back position for the past few games. I don't know the reason why, but this is the reality, and we should not be surprised if this is the lineup, or maybe Aspie gets another rest, and you have a Reece James in the right wing back position with these
Yeah,
three
because
centre backs.
Aspie hasn't played Norwich and Aspie hasn't played Southampton, correct?
Yeah, yeah, 100.
So maybe Malmo is probably an easier game to just ease into it. What do you think?
Yeah, but the thing here again is, would you rest Reece James against Malmo? Would you be comfortable with that? If yes, then fine. But if no, then
I
again, there's a question
honestly,
mark there.
I would like Reece James, man. I would like
Yeah,
Reece James against
yeah,
Newcastle, and maybe Aspie comes in the Malmo game. I can see the live chat is probably asking for the same thing as well. Rest
yeah,
Aspie, he can play against Malmo. Andrew's saying quicker CBs versus Saint Maximin. That's a very good point, man. Christensen he is quicker than Aspilicueta. There's no doubt about that. What's your final thoughts on this sort of setup? Rudy Silva, AC, Reece James against Newcastle. We are possibly thinking they're going to do the counter attack on us.
So the dilemma here is, Miss, if you'd want to play Aspie, you have to, set Reece James aside and then play with
Yeah,
this, or would you do something like that? That you would want to rest Silva, play Christensen in the middle, stick
and then
Aspie at the
Aspie.
right centre back, and then play Reece James as well. So that's the whole situation. But if you want to do something like that, that's fine.
Okay, let's just play this. So you're saying AC, Aspie, Reece James, or maybe Chalobah, or Chalobah completely give him rest.
No, I think so. Chalobah gets a rest, man. I mean, definitely Aspi, Christensen, Thiago Silva, all these guys got rest, and Chalobah was being playing. He's played the whole 90 minutes against Southampton as well. So definitely, I think so. Christensen, for me, Christensen, Thiago Silva both gets the game time. But again, there's a question of Aspi. So that's why, like I said, even Reece James played the whole 90 minutes against Southampton, and I don't think so. Thomas Tuchel would want to risk it again. So maybe we have the fresh legs Aspi, who's been well rested against Southampton. Aspi coming up with the right wing back position, and again both Thiago Silva and Christensen. So that's my take, but that's not what I want. I definitely want Reece James at the wing back position. But yeah,
Do you know?
this
Do
is
you know
what I'm
how I'm?
comforting.
Do you know what I'm thinking, Ishan?
Yeah,
I'm thinking Silva. His know-how, his intelligence is so good. I need him in these type of games where you need to negate players like
yeah,
Callum Wilson and Saint
yeah,
Maximin. A smart operator like Silva means a lot for us defensively.
yeah,
I would still keep Christensen in the RCB position
yeah.
and maybe ease Aspilicueta in against Malmo and give Reece James a
Reece James,
chance in the right wing back position. I mean, this is the preference for the time being, but live chat,
yeah,
let us know what your back three is. Chilwell had a bit of a rest against Southampton. He should come back. Ishan, there should be no dramas here. Yeah,
no, 100%. Chilwell comes back.
expecting goals
Maybe,
actually from him as well.
yeah. It's been how many games continuously he's been scoring, but yeah,
Yeah,
again, this is
three Premier League starts, I think, and 3 goals.
yeah. I mean, the penalty as well. He took it quite well last night in the
Mm.
shootouts, and yeah, definitely expecting Chilwell to have a great game. He's had a good run, and definitely he won his momentum to carry on to the important games coming up as well. So yeah, definitely Chilwell.
Brilliant. In the middle, I think one of the names you can probably put down is Jorginho is probably going to come back. We probably will see a lot more of the ball, and I want us to play. And I think most of the game it's going to be like this. You know, Rudiger is going to probably be here.
Yeah, yeah. Rudiger's gonna he's gonna be a second striker.
He's going to be a second striker. Most of the games, I think it's going to be like this. Um, And if that's the case, I really do want Jorginho to have more control of the midfield. I mean, would you say probably keep Jorginho? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Jorginho makes sense, right? After Kovacic got injured, maybe we've just got three legend players there to play with the likes of Jorginho, Kante, and Loftus-Cheek, or maybe Saul. But I don't think so. He'd be playing Saul here, and definitely not starting Saul. So yeah, Jorginho definitely makes sense. And the important question is the next double pivot player. Who would you
That
say?
is the big question, Ishan. I'll let you
Yeah.
start first. Who is
Okay.
your next guy? Be very careful. Live chat's going to grill you soon if you just select the wrong player.
Nah, look, I mean, it's clear as day that you're not going to have Kovacic there,
Yeah.
and you definitely wouldn't start Saul there, right? And we've got two options left and one player. So we've got a Kante and a Loftus-Cheek. Now, Loftus-Cheek has got a nibble of an injury. From my perspective, I don't think so. Thomas Tuchel would risk it. Although I
Yeah.
know that if you want to fill in the shoes of Kovacic, you would want to play Loftus Cheek there, and he would fit more. And if you'd want to give a rest to Kante, and maybe he would feature for the Champions League game for full time, that would make sense. But if Loftus Cheek had a nibble of an injury, you don't want to risk him. Maybe we'll have to see Kante there, and maybe
I
bring in a
mean,
Loftus Cheek later on.
do you want to see Kante here, bro? Because that's where Kante will most likely be in these areas.
Yeah, that's the
Because
question. I mean,
we're not going to be here. We are going to be playing here.
yeah, I mean that's the question, right? But I mean, you throw some good quality spanners here, miss. I mean, look,
Because I think logically, Ishan, I
yeah,
think how the game is, because when people do the formation, this is what they think. They think the players are going to be like this for the entire game,
forever. Yeah,
forever. This is how the players will be for the entire duration of the game. No, no, that's just for the papers. The
yeah,
entire duration of the game, you're probably going to see something like this. if I'm correct, if I'm correct with my analysis, that I don't expect Newcastle to go toe to toe with us. I expect us to. So that's my prediction. That's how it's going to be. And Kante will be operating here. Sometimes Kante could find himself here.
Yeah. So
And that's where my issue is.
the bottom line is that you'd want to say is it's good to have Kante, but maybe he's the most effective against highlights, right, and not low blocks. That's what you want to convey, and that's I agree to. But the thing here is do we have options? Would you want to play a Saul there, if knowing the fact that Loftus-Cheek is not 100% fit?
Personally, look, as long as Thomas Tuchel has said to me that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is in the squad, for me, that's fit. I take that as fit.
Right.
I would actually start Ruben because I want more attackers. I need more attackers. I need players that are going to break the game open. But I'm pretty certain Thomas Tuchel will start Kante. I'm pretty certain because he likes the Kante Jorginho situation. Yeah. But for me, when Kante is here with the ball, can he find these passes? Can he find player 5, 3, and 7? And even sometimes, can he find these players? That's the situation. So that's where my confusion is. But what do you think? I'd have to lock in Kante, even though that's not my first choice. I think that's the more probable situation that's going to happen.
No, 100. I agree with you, and that's exactly what I was trying to say initially. Because you wouldn't want to risk Ruben Loftus-Cheek after a nibble of an injury. You definitely want him to get the rest. And look at that. But the thing here is when the question arises of being match fit and 100% match fit, that's a different ball game. I mean, having Loftus-Cheek fit it does not mean that you would want to give him 60 minutes or 90 minutes. True. You would want to bring him for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour tops, but maybe not right from the beginning of the game. So definitely Loftus-Cheek is available, but might not be that match fit for a 90-minute game or a 60-minute game. So definitely Kante makes sense. Although talking tactically and looking at from tactical perspective, we might want a Loftus-Cheek, but in terms of availability, we're gonna have Jorginho and Kante tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I think this is probably more probable. Although I would love to see Ruben Loftus-Cheek with Jorginho. I think that would be fantastic. Kante, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I mean, what's your thoughts on Kante, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Ishan? What sort of feel do you get for that?
Nah, I think so. Jorginho starts, man. I mean, he's got a rest for the Southampton game, and also that injury factor when it comes from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I mean, it's just. I mean, he can start. It's not that he's unable to start, but then I don't think so. Thomas Tuchel would risk it when you have a fit Jorginho and a well-rested Jorginho in a squad. I don't think so. Well, tactically speaking, it might be very, very pleasing to watch Kante and Ruben Loftus-Cheek together against a low block. But I mean, I don't think so in terms of availability and match fit. Jorginho definitely has to start, no two ways about it. But if there was a Kovacic, there would have been a different debate here. We would have, enjoyed it. But the thing here is availability. In terms of availability, I think so. We have Kante tomorrow.
Now, for sure. Ayub has asked a very, very well, put in a very nice, very interesting comment and a good question as well. Kante's quality high up the pitch. Remember the match against Real Madrid at home, Miz? He was key for both goals with his progressive carries and passes. Okay, very good point, Ayub. But was Real Madrid sitting deep?
Exactly.
Was Real Madrid with 5 at the back, 3 up front, 3 in the middle, and 2? Like, were they parking a bus? Were they parking a Boeing 707? No, they weren't. They were trying to go toe to toe with us. And Kante in those situations, he broke the game from these areas and he became the free man. And when he broke the game from these areas, he was the extra man, and it was 3-on-3, and it was easier for Kante to then find the passes. Asking Kante to find a pass when there's 5 defenders and then 3 in front of them, possibly that could be the setup. I don't think Kante is a Kevin De Bruyne style of player for that scenario. That's my concern, Ayub. So that's the situation.
Well said, man. Miss. Well said.
Thank you so much. Thank you. let's talk about the inside forwards. I'm gonna go with. I need to give this guy. I need to keep giving him the chance, man. He's been playing good. Let's keep giving him the chance. I don't know. We've got too many other options anyway. Pulisic is still out. That's what Thomas Tuchel said. There were some reports that someone was saying in Athletic that he could possibly get 10 minutes. He has started training with the first team, but I highly doubt it. The target is now for Burnley. That's what Thomas Tuchel's saying. I can't imagine Ross Barkley. Ziyech has not done enough. So for me, Callum Hudson-Odoi has to continue on. He's been doing all right. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, 100%, man. If Pulisic would have been 100% fit, I don't know in which eternity he will be, but still, if he's unwell, I mean, not fit, then he has to, we still have to wait. But Hudson-Odoi needs to get that momentum going. And we always said that, Hudson-Odoi at the left-hand side, give him that continuous matches and then try to analyze him and then try to see if he deserves or what amount of gaming time that he deserves. Because like I said, because I was actually fuming when he played at the right wing back position for Southampton, because that's definitely not his place.
And
he
as soon
cannot
as
be
he
judging
changed, Ishan, as soon
Yeah.
as he changed,
Yeah.
it all started to look so much better.
Yeah, 100%, because that natural ability, that natural instinct comes out of him, right? And that's how, by giving consistent games and consistent game time at his favorable position, then you're gonna analyze his game time and then check where he stands between the other wingers as well. So that's how you're gonna analyze, and this is the perfect time for Hudson-Odoi to really hit the nail on the head and hit the hot iron, as they say, because the others are injured and maybe not on form. If you'd want to add Ziyech into the frame, but yeah, again, this is another game miss where Hudson-Odoi has to bring up his 100%, and I'm
And you know
liking
what,
this.
Ishan? It's set up for him because I feel
Yeah.
like Newcastle will sit back, gives Callum the chance to go 1v1, take the man on,
Yeah.
get around him, take them on, dribble, cut in, cut out, whatever you need to do. Find those chances to whip in a shot, find the key pass. It's perfect opportunity. And as you said, another game where he needs to just keep delivering, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. Because listen, this is a different scenario. Like, right, if we had all our wingers ready and fit to play, we had the likes of Pulisic, Werner, and Ziyech on form. Maybe let's say that means if everybody's fit, he definitely wouldn't have been in the conversation of a starting lineup, right? It's a general consensus here. Hudson-Odoi wouldn't have been in the conversation of starting here, but now he
Yeah.
gets straight into the conversation of starting here, and definitely he's starting tomorrow. So this is the chance where he has to exploit everything and has to grab this chance of taking the momentum. But if this phase itself is so important, because once these guys start coming and they become fit, the more difficult and less the game time is for Hudson-Odoi, right?
Yeah.
Also, when these other guys are fit and he gets one odd match, maybe few matches in a month or some game time in the month, it becomes a very high pressurized situation for him where he needs to deliver in maybe in 15-20 minutes of the game if he gets substituted, or maybe in a game in a League Cup where potentially there are heavy low blocks and you need to perform over that. So that is a comparatively high pressurizing situation to this. So now he can perform freely and with more freedom and with more flair that he has. So this is the perfect platform and a setup for him, like you said. So yeah, another important game for Hudson-Odoi tomorrow.
No, 100%. And also scoring against Norwich looked very good against Norwich, actually. So that's good news for him. Okay. On the right side, few people are actually asking for Ziyech, but I don't know how I'm going to reward Ziyech. Mount, after the hat-trick against Norwich, you can't drop the player. You can't drop a player once they score a hat-trick, can you? I know in Carabao Cup, he didn't feature, he came off the bench, but he needs to continue in the Premier League. This guy's buzzing. I'm pretty sure he's going to be up for it. And I think he's going to be one of the key players against Newcastle. He is going to shoot from outside the box like he did against Norwich. And I feel like he could be decisive again. Any disagreement with this one, Ishan?
No, 100%. No choice, I think so. I don't believe Ziyech has played well. I mean, he's got so much game time now, Miz. I mean, it looks quite baffling to me that the guy's just not picking up that form, that he's not clicking up. And even now when the other wingers or other attackers are maybe not well, I mean not fit for the match play, Ziyech cannot capitalize on the situation and then try to come back into the playing 11. If he got to start against Southampton, right? If he played at his level best, definitely he could have been in the conversation here today. But
Yeah.
still, after that League Cup game, he got the start. Even after being in the poorest of the form that he can be, he got the start and he did not deliver. If he had, grabbed that opportunity and been the man of the match performance, against Southampton,
Then
definitely
he
would
could
have
have
been
been
in
in
the
the mix.
conversation.
He could have been in the mix. Yeah.
And you would be the first guy to put him on the list. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
even after that, you're putting Mount blindly, knowing the fact that he deserves and he needs to get his form continued. It's a warning sign for Hakim Ziyech. Definitely, the clock is ticking, miss, for him. I mean, it's a difficult situation now, isn't it?
100%. I can see some of the live chat people saying Ziyech should get a bit of a sniff here. Guys, good luck if you can go walk up to Mason Mount and say you're not going to start this game. The man just scored a Premier League hat trick the last game. I don't care if it's Norwich, it's still a Premier League team. Do you know what I mean? I love Hakim Ziyech. You know me. I love him. But this is a game maybe he comes off the bench. I can't expect him to start. I mean, I'd be very, very surprised if he starts. I'll be happy. I'll be very surprised if he starts. A few people are saying that he came off the bench against Norwich, looked pretty good. Actually, he did. He came off the bench and he was spraying shots. I remember Ishan and I, we were talking about it in the watch along. He was looking all right. But that game against Southampton, it was a game made for Hakim Ziyech to completely take control, and he didn't. I know he got that assist from a corner, but he didn't do much else in that entire match. And that's what hurts me, that had he done something, he could have been in the starting conversation right now. But once
Or
again,
what about
yeah,
Miz? Another scenario, maybe Ziyech in place of Hudson Odoi. That might be a question
yeah,
for
but
you.
then who's gonna dribble the direct? Who's the dribbler on the
Nobody.
team?
Nobody.
Nobody. We just stand still.
Yeah. Sansel
Up
whipping the crosses, that's it.
up front, I don't think there is any other option. It has to be Havertz.
Yeah.
I mean, Ishan, this boy, I know he scored the goal.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an up and down game against Southampton. Hopefully, it's slowly coming back into the frame. I have expectation on Havertz, man. I really do. I
Yeah.
want him to do well, man. But I want him to take the game by the scruff of the neck and deliver.
Yeah.
Big performances. Big performances. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are the games. Newcastle, make a difference, Havertz. Make a difference. Press well. Counter press well. Be decisive with your decisions. Be decisive with your shooting. There were a couple of times against Southampton, Ishan, he was through. He was through. And his shooting let him down.
Yeah.
What's your expectation on Havertz, man?
Again, an important game for him. But for Havertz, it's a different scenario where he has to be the main man there and he has to fulfill it because there are no other options. We haven't got a Lukaku or a Werner to fill up his shoes. But the thing here is he has that added pressure on him to be that guy and to be fulfilling that shoes of Lukaku or Werner. But is he doing that at the moment? I can't say that confidently because that Southampton game as well. He's got a goal and luckily he did. I hope it boosts up his confidence level as well. But I've seen some runs. I've seen some good quick dribbles and direct approach in the Southampton game. But in an overall 90-minute span, I don't think so. That was enough. I believe he needs to do that more often, and I think so. It's coming slowly and steadily. But the thing here is he's got that added pressure, and he needs to deliver. If he doesn't, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure that. Listen, we have no options, right? Apart from Havertz, we got no options, and if he does not deliver, we got nobody to substitute him.
If he doesn't deliver in the upcoming matches, like deliver in the sense that really take control.
Yeah.
As soon as Lukaku and Werner are fit,
look, I mean, it's not
over.
that. Once you sit in that position, definitely a goal or an assist is expected from you. That's quite natural. But even if you don't score a goal or get an assist for your teammates, show that positive intent, like you said. Be very active in that counter pressing and those counter attacks. Be good in pressing as well. Chase the ball well. When you have the ball, take the responsibility. Be aware. Don't let that chance just go away. Don't get dispossessed time and time again. So these are the small things which overall collectively shows your performance in a game. And now collectively it's not showing that he's at the best of his form. So definitely, if these small things, even if he doesn't get a goal or assist, if these small things he keeps it perfect, it'll definitely give the other two guys, Hudson-Odoi and Mount, the opportunity to go up front. If he becomes a threat in movement up front, definitely these two guys are getting the space to go out there and become, actually get a goal or assist. So that's why Havertz performing, even not getting a goal, but then still performing and giving his 100% effort in the pitch is very important.
100% agreed. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our lineup. Mendy, Rudiger, Silva, Andres Christensen, Ruiz, James Chilwell, Jorginho Kante, Mason Mount, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Kai Havertz. Ishan, what's your score prediction? And also, whilst we do that, guys, we are 23 likes away from 100 likes for the stream, which will be fantastic achievement. We've got over 140 people live right now. So let's get those 23 likes straight away, guys. You guys have been real ones here. You've stuck around. You've enjoyed this. I can see you've enjoyed this because the comments are flying. So please smash the like button. Get those likes up to 100 straight away. Only 20 more likes. So already we're getting closer and closer. 18 more likes to go. There you go. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification as well. Ishan, let's talk a little bit about score prediction here and who are your scorers. How do you predict this game will go? Thoughts?
I think so. It's gonna be a win. I don't think so. If I want to believe, be 100% positive and back up my team, I believe that we're not gonna concede. I hope we don't concede, and I hope we get a clean sheet. And I'm predicting that we get a clean sheet. In terms of scoring, I think so. I agree with Shingo. I was about to say that I think so. It's going to be a 2-0. It's maybe we get more. I'm just trying to restrict myself from being overexcited here. But I think so. We deserve to.
Can you imagine if we get another 7 in front of their home ground and in front of the new owners?
New owners. Oh,
look at the club you bought. 7-0.
7-0. Yeah. What, Mbappe, Haaland coming here? No chance. No chance. Nah. So yeah, I mean we can go above 2-0 definitely, and we are better. Like I said, we are better than them in every section of the pitch. But it comes to the end product, and that's where I'm a bit, nervous there. But then definitely we're gonna get a win, I hope. And 2-0 is my prediction. Scorers, I don't know, man. And maybe let's give 1 to Havertz and 1 to Mount.
Nice. I'm going with a 2-0 as well. I think that seems like a standard sort of situation for us. Newcastle, I feel like will defend their backsides off. I don't know. I feel like Ben Chilwell might just continue on 4 in 4. So I'm going to give 1 to Ben Chilwell. And he may go for the golden boot. He's going to be the closest thing Salah is going to have the biggest competition with. Ben Chilwell, and I've got him in my fantasy Premier League. That's probably the other reason why I'm saying this as well. And yeah, Kai Havertz goal. Why not? Let's hope that Kai Havertz starts having a very, very good season. So I'm going with a Kai Havertz goal and a Ben Chilwell goal as well. 2-0 victory. And I'm expecting Newcastle to continue being winless and lose in front of their home ground crowd and lose in front of their new owners, continue their misery. But hopefully we have a very good game. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us till the end of the show. Do catch Ishan and myself in the watch along. We'll be doing the watch along. So each and every one of you guys, I want to see you guys there for the watch along, which will be great. Hope you've enjoyed this preview. You guys have been really, really good in the comments as well. We're only about 7 likes away from 100 likes, 6 likes away from 100 likes. So let's get to the 100 likes straight away. And subscribe if you're here for the first time, because we're getting closer and closer to 8,000 subscribers. And until next time, everyone, see ya.